One on and one away as we are underway for Dodge City A's baseball. Or should I say Boot Hill Lawmen, as they have morphed tonight. A 2-0 count to Willerup. Hearn on, he drew the walk. Cannon Frost led off for the Rough Riders, grounded out to the third baseman. So one on, one away. It is Remington Miller getting the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. Takes pitch for strike one. 2-1 is fouled off. It evens a count at 2 apiece. Two coming up from Miller. Grounded to the shortstop. And the flip to first was in time to get the double play, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. A 3-0 count to Edward Gregory Jr., who is leading off for the Dodge City A's. He leads off in the bottom of the first. The A's held the Rough Riders scoreless in the top of the inning. And it is Sam Fisher getting the start on the mound tonight for the Rough Riders. He pitched against the Dodge City A's back on Thursday night, went 3 innings in that ball game. First, let's talk about Edward Gregory Jr. Played his junior season at Southern University. Comes from Detroit, Michigan, and it is a full count to Gregory Jr. now. The payoff pitch comes up empty. He'll swing and miss, and the first out for the Rough Riders in the inning. In the game on Thursday night, actually, it was, Sam Fisher would go 3 innings in that game, allowing 8 hits, 8 runs. 7 of them were earned, walked 5, and struck out 3. First pitch to Zach Hoskins is fouled off. He's down in the count, 0-1. Hoskins, the junior, played at Lake Erie College this last spring, comes from Talmadge, Ohio. Hoskins, a swing, comes up empty on the offering. He's down in the count, 0-2. The A's with 1 away and nobody on. We're in the bottom of the first. It is game 4. The A's lead the series 2-1 after the walk-off grand slam, dubbed the call heard around Dodge City last night. It was the walk-off grand slam by Jaden Marino that gave the A's the walk-off victory. They won it 11-9 over these Rough Riders. 1-2 fouled off. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch was fouled off to the third base side. Swung on and missed. Down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts, and that brings in Ryan Buckley. Buckley, another Lake Erie product, was a redshirt sophomore this past spring, comes from Mishawaka, Indiana. Cade Colbra standing in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. Buckley makes contact, a fly ball out into right field, and that will be the third out of the inning. We're headed to the top of the second, scoreless here in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Mason Pettingill leading off for the Rough Riders as they went 1-2-3 in the top of the first. The first pitch in from Remington Miller misses high and inside. It's ball 1. Well, excuse me, swing there coming up empty. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Pitch misses again, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Remington last pitched against the Kansas Cannons, got the start in that game. Went 3 innings, allowing 5 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned, walked 6, and struck out 1. So the 2-2 pitch coming as Miller works from the middle of the rubber. It's a little high and outside to run the count full. Dodge City Kenworth, which is our game night sponsor, one of our Grand Slam sponsors, had their trucks outside the gate. Mason Pettingill will draw the walk, and that brings in Max Slavin. Slavin takes a strike, down in the count, 0-1. The A's trying to guarantee a series win with a win here tonight. A's are 2-3 overall in league play as that one's through the left side, and that'll put runners on first and second with nobody out. So that brings in Matt Gahan. Gahan, the catcher, has played in multiple various positions throughout this series for the Rough Riders. Gahan takes first pitch, ball number 1. Gahan in last night's game started in left field and then moved to pitcher, then was taken out after Marco Polizzi took over in the 9th. It is a 2-0 count, make it 3-0 now as Miller misses outside. Remington struggling a little bit to find the zone here early in this ball game. Say that and one right down the middle. 3-1 the count to Gahan. 2 runners on, nobody out. The defensive alignment for your Dodge City A's, it is Hoskins, Radcliffe, and Coleman left to right in the outfield. Gahan will swing and miss on that one. He's in the count now at full. It is Perez, Carlos, Gregory Jr., and Buckley, third to first across the infield. Dominic Roberts behind the plate. Remington Miller on the mound. That completes the battery for the Dodge City A's. Miller fires on the payoff pitch, and it's a shallow fly ball out into center field. The run coming home is cut off, and that scores a run. AJ Pachaco will be doing the courtesy running for the Colorado Rough Riders. That brings in Aaron Kidd. Kidd, the left fielder tonight. Swinging foul tipped. He's down in the count, 0-1. Kidd did not play in last night's ball game. He was the left fielder and hit in the 6 hole and went 0 on Saturday night, or Friday night, sorry. Down in the count, 0-2 is Kidd. swung on and missed, and that is out number one. One away for the Rough Riders, brings in Marco Polizzi. Polizzi, the 8-hole hitter for the Rough Riders, a center fielder. Polizzi came into left field last night in the 9th inning. He got caught looking in that at-bat. He played on Friday night. He was in the 7-hole, struck out twice and walked once. So after this little mound visit is over, we'll go back to work. It was Dom Roberts going out to have a conversation with Remington Miller. We'll go back to work. There's still 2 on, 1 run in as the Rough Riders lead 1-0 as they have in every game. They've always scored first. The pitch, a ball, as they say he checked his swing and did not go. Slavin at second, Pachaco at first for the Rough Riders. Wind blowing from right to left across the field. Maybe a little bit out towards the left field pole. Pitch is called strike. It evens a count at 1 apiece. So the A's are completing their home series against these Rough Riders. They will play them again later in July as that pitch is popped high. It's playable, being chased down by Hoskins in left field, and he has it. He'll do the little backflip. The throw to third, not in time, and that tags up the runners. Well, it tagged up 1 runner. So that brings in Merrick Shannon. Shannon did not play in last night's game, did play on Friday evening, struck out 3 times. Hence why he has been dubbed the beer batter for tonight's game. The beer batter, well, if he gets a strikeout, it's $1 off beers for 15 minutes here at the field. Tick's first pitch he sees is ball number 1. Remington out for his 2nd inning of work. There's 2 away, 2 runners on, 1 run in. The pitch is high. Makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Wind has switched a little bit now and blowing straight out of the south. Pitch called strike to Shannon. Count now 2-1. The A's will have an off day tomorrow. They will come back to Cavalier Field for Game 6 of this homestand. And it will be a league contest between the A's and Liberal BJs. Count 3-1. The pitch called strike, and that runs the count full. Payoff pitch coming from Miller. He'll come set. Fires in. It's a high fly ball. Should be playable out in left field by Hoskins. And he'll pull it down. That'll be the final out of the inning. The Rough Riders get 1. We're headed to the bottom of the 2nd. 4, 5, and 6 due up when we return for your Dodge City A's. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Cade Colbert set to lead off for the Lawmen. We're in the bottom of the second. Colbert played at Tallahassee State College, was a freshman this season, comes from Graceville, Florida. Sam Fisher back on the mound for the Rough Riders. Takes first pitch, ball number 1. Ball 2 issue to Colbert. Cade, the first baseman last night for the Dodge City A's, he takes that pitch a little bit outside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch is a 4-pitch walk, and that puts the leadoff aboard for the Dodge City A's. So that brings in Matt Perez. Perez, the true freshman, played at Florida A&M. The snap throw down to first, not in time. Perez from Orlando, Florida. One-0 pitch coming. A line drive at the second baseman, Shannon, and that is out number 1. Perez made good contact, got it over the head of the pitcher, Fisher, but right into the glove of Shannon. And that sent Colbert back to first. That brings in Blake Coleman. Coleman, the right fielder tonight. Blake Coleman, the sophomore at University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, comes from Austin, Texas. The A's trying to get something going and answer back here. They deliver a pitch high. The A's would fall down 2-0 after the second inning as they wouldn't get a run across, but the A's would answer back in the third. It would be a 3-2 ball game after 4 innings last night here at Cavalier Field. Pitch was fouled off by Coleman. Even the count at 1 apiece. Coleman sends one to left field. It's going towards the warning track. It'll fall off the fence, and that will be an extra bases hit as it puts runners on second and third. A stand-up double for Blake Coleman. And the tying run now 90 feet away. So that brings in Jacoby Radcliffe. Jacoby played at Southern University, was a junior this year, comes from Chicago, Illinois. So with 1 out and 2 runners on, both in scoring position, the A's trying to get something going early here. The first pitch called strike, catches the upper part of the zone, has Radcliffe down the count 0-1. Kobe takes that one well outside. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Jacoby in last night's game was the 8-hole hitter, moving up 1 spot in the lineup tonight to the 7-hole. Had 1 hit. It was the 2-run home run over the right field wall last night. So he'll draw the second ball of the at-bat. 2-1 the count. Fisher wanting a new set of signs. Has what he wants and comes set. 2-1 delivery coming up here is high and outside. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch from Fisher. He's set. Delivers. Radcliffe sends one. It's high going towards right field. Looking at it. Going to the wall. Goodbye. It's a 3-run shot over the right field wall. And the first home run of the night for the Dodge City A's. It's a 3-run shot as the A's lead it 3-1. So that'll bring in Dominic Roberts. The A's lead it on the 3-run homer. Dom Roberts steps in. He's a catcher tonight for the Dodge City A's. Roberts shows bunt, takes it for a strike, down in the count 0-1. Roberts, another one of the Lake Erie College players. Played his sophomore season, comes from Powell, Ohio. Down in the count 0-1 is Roberts. Fisher fires in. It's a strike down the middle, down in the count 0-2. The first fireworks of the night. The 0-2 delivery, a chopper going foul. Count remains 0-2 to Roberts. So the defensive alignment, let's talk about that for the Rough Riders. Kidd, Pulizzi, and Willerup left to right in the outfield. Frost, Pettingill, Shannon, and Slavin third to first across the infield. It is Gahan behind the plate. Sam Fisher completes the battery for the Rough Riders. Pitch was fouled off. The 5th pitch of the at-bat coming despite the count remaining at 0-2. Fisher delivers. It's another foul ball, this time to the first base dugout. Count still 0-2. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming to Dominic Roberts. Roberts, the 8-hole hitter tonight for the Dodge City A's. The pitch swung on and missed. He'll go down on strikes, and that's the second out of the inning for the A's. That'll bring in Kane Carlos. Carlos, the shortstop tonight, played at Eastern Arizona College. His freshman season comes from Ava Beach, Hawaii. Ava Beach, Hawaii. I'll get that right one of these days. Steps up with a 3-1 lead over the Rough Riders with 2 away and nobody on. He'll take the first pitch. It's fouled off high and out of play for strike number 1. Carlos played in last night's game. He was the leadoff spot, so he moves from the top to the bottom of the order tonight. The pitch down low and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Carlos sends it. It's a high fly ball to left. It's going off the wall. So this will be an extra bases hit. Carlos sliding in to second. An extra bases hit for Kane Carlos, and the A's have another runner in scoring position. That brings us back to the top of the order with Edward Gregory Jr. Struck out swinging his first time up. Has a .281 batting average on the season. Pitch was a ball. And stealing over to third was Carlos. Oh, it was actually a strike. Down on the count, 0-1 is Gregory Jr. Fisher fires in. It's grounded up the middle. That'll score a run. The A's lead it 4-1. An RBI single for Edward Gregory Jr., and the A's have another runner aboard. So that brings in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins went down swinging his first time up. Hoskins batting .500 on the season. First pitch he sees is fouled off. He's down in the count, 0-1. Hoskins in the game on Friday night hit a grand slam home run over the left field wall in the second inning. The A's have already scored 4 here in this inning already. So the A's with 4 runs on 4 hits. The Rough Riders with 1 run on 2 hits. So we'll go back to work. Fisher takes a look over at first. 0-1 delivery. Fisher fires, misses outside. Evens a count at 1. Two away for the A's are working their second trip through the batting order. The pitch is sent foul and out of play. I'll have Hoskins down in the count 1-2. Hoskins sends that one to left field. It's going. It's over the wall and gone. A 2-run home run for Zach Hoskins. And the A's are banging it out of the ballpark here tonight. A 2-run shot, and the A's lead it 6-1. Two home runs in the inning. And the A's have a 5-run lead over the Rough Riders. Our coach wants a mound visit. They do have work down in the bullpen right now. Well, that mound visit's going to be over, and we're going to go to work. Might have a bit of an injury. It looks like the Rough Riders are going to make a position change. Looks like maybe Pettingill is coming off. So we're going to put Cannon Frost in for Pettingill. So Frost takes over at short, and that brings in Ryan Buckley. The Rough Riders don't make the pitching change. And we will go back to work. So a defensive change, and Frost will hit in the cleanup spot for Pettingill as well. So that brings in Ryan Buckley. Buckley flew out his last time up. 2 out. Nobody on now after the 2-run shot by Hoskins. And the A's leading 6-1. The first pitch to Buckley in for strike number 1. Buckley batting .294 on the season for the Dodge City A's. Fisher fires in. It's fouled back into the netting, and that evens or has Buckley down in the count 0-2. .02 delivery coming up from Fisher. He'll fire in, and it's low for ball 1. One, two, a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard here. Counts evened itself at 2 apiece. 2-2 delivery. Fisher waving off a couple. Has what he wants. He'll come set. On the first base side of the rubber, fires in, and the count runs full. No work in the A's bullpen right now. The payoff pitch from Fisher headed out into right field, and that will end the inning. The A's score 6. They lead at 6-1. We're headed to the top of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Bottom of the third, it is a 6-2 ball game as Cade Colbreth led off and flew out into right field on the first pitch he sees as Andrew LaPerle takes over the mound for the Rough Riders. Down on the count, 0-1 is Perez. Cade Colbreth, by the way, batting 128 on the season. He'll send one out into center field and now quickly 2 away. That brings in Blake Coleman. Matt Perez batting 296. Coleman batting 265. Coleman's hit the double his last time up. First pitch from LaPerle is outside. It's ball number 1. "1-0 is fouled off. It gets a piece of the catcher, Gahan. Count even at 1 apiece. 2 out for the A's already here in the bottom of the third. After giving Gahan a little bit of time to catch his breath, we'll go back to work. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Coleman. Coleman doubled off the left field wall. He'll send one out into shallow left center, and that'll be another hit for Blake Coleman, this time a single. The A's have a runner aboard. That'll bring up Jacoby Radcliffe. Radcliffe came up and drove 3 runs in. He hit over the right field wall. It was the first home run of the inning in the 6-run bottom of the second for your A's. So Radcliffe steps in. He's batting 229 on the season. The first pitch he will see is taken for strike number 1. It's on the outer half of the plate. The A's with 2 away, they like to try to do damage and trying to do some here. Pitch high and outside from LaPerle. Evens a count at 1 apiece. The pitch misses again outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Grounded back up the middle, and they'll go to second for the out. It is the fielder's choice, and that'll do it for the bottom of the third. We're headed to the top of the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as we've worked our way into the top of the fourth. Gahan, Kidd, and Polizzi due up for the Rough Riders here. Gahan singled his last time up, and Remington Miller now out for his fourth inning of work. Ball one delivered to Gahan as Miller continues to work on the mound. The pitch, a little low and outside, makes it 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 delivery, high. 3 balls, no strikes to the catcher Gahan. Three-0 pitch, called strike, catches enough of the outer part of the zone and is strike number 1. Gahan swings at that one. He'll come up empty. It evens a count, or runs a count full, rather. So we have a full count and a payoff pitch coming from Miller. The pitch is yanked outside, and that'll put the leadoff runner aboard. It's going to be Pacheco going down to be the courtesy runner for Gahan. So that brings in Aaron Kidd. He's 0 for 1, struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch misses high as ball 1. Miller at 65 pitches so far in the ball game. The pitch a little bit outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. No work in either bullpen right now. It's a 3-0 count to Kidd. Pitch called strike to Kidd. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Remington has an 0-1 pitching record overall. Last pitched against the Cannons, as I said. Got the start against the Great Bend Batcats. That game back on June the 1st. Full count worked by Aaron Kidd, and after falling 3-0, Miller misses high. The payoff pitch misses and walks Kidd on. 2 on, nobody out for Marco Polizzi. So that brings in Polizzi. He is 0 for 1, flew out his last time up. Remington has pitched 6 innings overall on the season. Allowed 10 runs as a pitch misses high and inside. So he has allowed 10 runs, 8 of them earned. He has an ERA of 12.00. He has struck out 8 and walked 9, allowing 8 hits. That is the stat line for Remington Miller. We're in the top of the fourth. It is a 6-2 ball game. The A's scored all 6 of their runs in the bottom of the second. Let's go ahead and take this opportunity. We'll thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, the Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Lewis Automotive Group, and Curbs Law Office, LLC. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So we'll go back to work. So Remington Miller, this is his 3rd start of the season and his longest outing so far. 2 on, nobody out for Polizzi. A 1-0 count is fouled off back into the net to even the count at 1 apiece. One coming up. Miller looking in. He'll have his sign and come set. Fires low. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Pachaco at second. Kidd at first for the Rough Riders. Pitch is taken for a strike. Evens a count at 2 apiece. 2-2 delivery. Back up the middle. They'll go to first for the out. And they get it. It advances both runners into scoring position. So 1 out, and that brings in Merrick Shannon. Shannon flew out his last time up. 9-hole hitter tonight for the Rough Riders.
Next beer batter, number 8, Merrick Shannon.
So Shannon, the beer batter, he flew out his last time up. He'll take the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Good crowd on hand tonight for Father's Day. Great night at the ballpark. The 1-0 called strike. It catches the outer half of the zone, and that will even the count at 1 apiece. One delivery. Swung on. It was a high ball, but down in the count 1 and 2 is Shannon. Miller fires. It's ball 2. Count even now at 2 apiece. Swung on and missed, and that's the strikeout. And guess what? That is the beer batter, so it is discounted beers here at the ballpark. 2 away for the Rough Riders. They return it back to the top of the order with Cannon Frost. Frost is 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. Got it out into shallow left center field. The pitch, check swing, and they say he went. Down the count, 0-1 is Frost. Called strike to Frost. He's down in the count, 0-2. The A's are electing to play with Radcliffe up a little bit. He's not as deep as you would think, given the wind blowing out of the south here at Cavalier Field. Pitch is called strike, and that gets us out of the inning. And that sends us to the bottom of the 4th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Dom Roberts leading off for the Lawmen. Makes contact with the first pitch he sees. It's sent to the second baseman, Shannon, for out number 1. So that'll bring in Kane Carlos. Carlos is 1 for 1, doubled the last time he was up. By the way, Dom Roberts with no batting average on the season. Kane Carlos with a .222 batting average. Two balls and no strikes account to Carlos. Two one delivery, left a little bit high. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Carlos takes that one. It runs the count full. Perley back on the mound for the Rough Riders. We've worked our way into the bottom of the 4th. The pitch misses high, and it's ball 4. So the payoff pitch gets the walk and puts a runner on for the Dodge City A's. We turn the lineup over to Edward Gregory Jr. Gregory has scored 15 runs on the season on 9 hits. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game, singled his last time up. The A's with all 6 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd. The Rough Riders 1 in the 2nd and 1 in the 3rd. Gregory took a swing, come up empty. Down in the count, 0-1. So the Rough Riders now electing to play Paluzzi out in center field. He's shaded to the left a little bit. Slavin holding Carlos on at first. 1-1 pitch coming from LaPerle. Carlos goes. It's a ball. The throw down to second, not in time. And a stolen base. Two balls and 1 strike, the count to Edward Gregory Jr. The A's at working their now 3rd trip through the batting order. Carlos goes again, grounded through the left side. Carlos rounding 3rd, and he will score easily. They throw to second, and that'll get away. So a throwing error now. Well, it'll be a single for Gregory Jr., and we'll say he advances on the throw to second. It scores a run. The A's lead at 7-2. So that'll bring in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins with 5 runs on 6 hits for the season. He's 1 for 2, hit a home run his last time up. Takes first pitch for a strike. That one's in and has Hoskins down in the count, 0-2. Pitch was fouled off. Count remains 0-2. The A's trying to put some pressure on the Rough Riders here tonight. So this game, a little over an hour old. We started at 6 o'clock tonight to allow the Rough Riders time to get home back to Colorado. They work in the Denver area. That pitch driven back up the middle. Here comes Gregory Jr., and the throw is cut off. He scores easily, an RBI single for Zach Hoskins. So still 1 on and 1 away. Brings in Ryan Buckley. Buckley is 0 for 2. He flew out his last time up. At pitch. Was a ball, and caught stealing was Hoskins. So now 2 away for Buckley, who fouls that pitch off. It'll even the count at 1 apiece. Buckley with 3 runs scored on 5 hits for the season. The 1-1 is grounded to the shortstop Atkinson. They'll throw to first. It is in time. That ends the inning, but the A's score 2 more. They lead it 8-2. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. Hearn, who has walked on both times he's been at the plate, in the count 2-0, now 3-0. So we've worked our way into the top of the 5th. Remington Miller still on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Now officially the longest outing of his career here for the Dodge City A's this season. Pitch is taken for a strike, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. The delivery, Miller fires in, grounded to the shortstop, Kane Carlos, throw to first. Buckley keeping his foot on, and it is out number 1. That'll bring in Jake Willerup. Willerup is 0 for 2, grounded out his last time up. Remington Miller has thrown 88 pitches in the ball game. Grounded to the shortstop, Kane Carlos again. Throw to first across the diamond in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. 2 away for the Rough Riders. That'll bring up Brett Atkinson, who took over for the injured player. Took over for Pettingill. Atkinson is 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up. Takes a pitch a little bit low, but it's called strike. Down in the count, 0-1. 0-1 delivery is grounded to the first base side, and it is foul. So that'll have Atkinson down in the count 0-2. He sends a high fly ball out towards center field. Radcliffe has it. That'll end the inning, and we're headed to the bottom of the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Looks like the Angels beat the BJs 3-1 earlier this afternoon. That was a 1 o'clock game. Currently 7-0 Hayes in the top of the 4th against the Denver Cougars. A's lead this one 8-2. A big swing and a miss by Colbreth. He's down in the count 0-1. Cade Colbreth takes a pitch high. It's ball 1. Colbreth with 7 runs scored and 5 hits on the season. Takes another swing, comes up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes account to Colbreth. The A's have Colbreth, Perez, and Coleman set to swing it here in the bottom of the 5th. Gets caught looking on that one, and now 1 away. Andrew LaPerle still on the mound for the Rough Riders. Brings in Matt Perez. Perez 0 for 2, flew out his last time up. Perez 6 runs scored on 8 hits for the season. Really working from the first base side of the rubber. A high fly ball sent to the left field side, and it will be dropped in foul territory on the fence. Perez manages to stay alive after that one was playable, but dropped right on the fence. We'll go back to work. Pitch in for a strike to Perez. He's down in the count 0-2. 1 away for the A's. That pitch grounded. It's fielded by the pitcher. The throw to first in time. Now 2 away. Brings in Blake Coleman.
Next with Lawman, number 24, Blake Coleman.
First pitch into Coleman is a strike. He's 2 for 2 on the night. A double and a single. So he'll take that one. Down in the count, 0-2. 2 away for the A's. Coleman with 6 runs scored on 8 hits. Pitch from LaPearl misses high and outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Rough Riders have work down in the bullpen. 1-2 delivery to the left side. And the throw to first was in time, so that will end the inning. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Slavin, Gahan, and Kidd due up for the Rough Riders. We've worked our way into the top of the 6th. It is an 8-2 ball game. The pitch misses outside for ball 1. Remington Miller's thrown 93 pitches so far in the ball game. Back out for his 6th inning of work. His longest outing prior to tonight was 3 innings. Both of his starts prior to tonight actually were both 3-inning outings. Swung on and missed. A little lazy swing by Slavin. It evened the count at 1 apiece. Miller misses outside. Makes it 2-1. Slavin takes strike 2. Evens a count at 2. Ooh, the first hit batter of the ball game. That'll put a runner on. So that brings in the catcher, Gahan. He is 1 for 1. Drew the walk his last time up. Five walks and 1 hit batter so far in the ball game. Looks like the A's are going to send Devon Polk. Fielded by Buckley. The throw to second. And the double play. Oh my goodness, what a play. It goes down 3-4-1. What an unconventional double play, and the Rough Riders have 2 away. Aaron Kidd steps in with 2 away now and takes the first pitch for ball 1. He is 0 for 1, a strikeout and a walk in the ball game. So the leadoff hit by pitch was erased with the double play, and it's not very often that you see a 3-4-1 double play. 2-0 the count to Kidd. Rough Riders 1 in the second, 1 in the third. The A's 6 in the second and 2 in the fourth. 3 balls and no strike to count to Kidd. Remington Miller now over the century mark. So pitch misses low. It's a 4-pitch walk. So that puts 1 on with 2 away for the Rough Riders. Brings up Marco Polizzi. Polizzi is 0 for 2. He grounded out his last time up. The Rough Riders, they have stranded 5 runners already in the ball game. So we've made our way to the top of the 6th inning. The pitch from Miller high for ball 1. The 1-0. Called strike on the inner half. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Swung on and missed. That'll have Polizzi down in the count 1-2. A fly ball by Polizzi. It's headed out into left field. There to pull it down is Hoskins, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th, 8-2 A's. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Radcliffe, Roberts, and Carlos due to swing it here in the bottom of the sixth. The A's leading 8-2. Jacoby Radcliffe hit into a fielder's choice. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Second pitch misses. 2-0 the count to Radcliffe. He scored 10 runs on 7 hits this season for the A's. Game 12 of the season. Game 5 in this homestand. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Radcliffe pops one. It's headed out towards left field. Taking a few steps in is Kidd, and out number 1. So that'll bring up Dom Roberts, who's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out his last time up. Roberts has scored 1 run with no hits on the season yet. Pitch called strike has him down in the count 0-2. Or 0-1, sorry. I was looking at the 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded to the third baseman. It gets out into left field, so the first hit of the season for Dom Roberts. That brings in Kane Carlos. He's at 1 for 1 with the double and drew the walk the last time he was up. So the A's are going to put the courtesy runner on for Dom. And the courtesy runner is going to be Edwin Silverio. So Kane Carlos is in, takes the first pitch from LaPerle for ball 1. Kane Carlos with 6 runs on 3 hits for the season. Silverio out at first for the Dodge City A's. The courtesy runner takes strike, does Carlos, evens the count at 1 apiece. This game just over the hour-and-a-half mark. Throw back to first, not in time. Coming into tonight's contest, as that is a ball and the stolen base, but not advancing far enough out. Coming into tonight's contest, the A's had 35 stolen bases on the season. Pitch was fouled off by Carlos. Evens a count at 2. Perley misses high and outside, and the count runs full. The payoff pitch, taking a long look back at second. Grounded foul to the third base side, and we'll do the payoff over again. Stay tuned, fans. We're not going to go to commercial break. After the bottom of this inning, we've got a special treat for you. So hang on, and you'll get to see that when we complete this inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away for the Dodge City A's. Carlos takes ball 4, and that puts runners on first and second for the A's. It's going to prompt a mound visit from the Rough Riders coach. So while they're doing that, let's thank some more of our sponsors, our home run sponsors. Cargill Meat Solutions, Lauren Dahl, I Don't Care Family Restaurant and Sports Bar LLC, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, TCBP LLC Jimmy John's, Victory Electric Cooperative Association Incorporated, Anfragon Financial LLC, Koch Fertilizer, Deriva Energy, Rabine Brothers, United Wireless Communications Incorporated, and Dodge City Kenworth, who, by the way, is tonight's game night sponsor. We thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So that mound visit is over. We'll go back to work. Edward Gregory Jr. stepping up as the A's start their fourth trip through the batting order. Gregory Jr., 2 for 3 in the ball game, has singled the last 2 times he's been at the plate. The first pitch is swung on and missed. Well, it's just a strike. Down in the count, 0-1 is Gregory. So he'll take that pitch for ball number 1. He evens a count at 1 apiece, 1 away, 2 on for the A's. Sends that one foul up the third baseline. He's down in the count, 1-2. Gregory Jr. has a .489 on-base percentage this season for the Dodge City A's. One-two pitch coming from LaPerle. Misses outside low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Low and outside, and the count runs full. So LaPerle now at 57 pitches is the first pitcher out of the pen for the Rough Riders. The pitch grounded foul to the left. We'll see another payoff from LaPerle. Another payoff pitch coming. He'll take a look back at second. Has his sign and come set. Does a little jerk move and looks the runners back. Is Silverio at second. Carlos at first for the A's. Payoff pitch. It's high and inside. And that loads the bases. Well, this game might be getting a little bit chippy. That brings in Zach Hoskins with bases loaded and 1 away. Hoskins is 2 for 3, a single and a home run the last 2 times he's been at the plate. He takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1-0 is fouled off. Hoskins with a .706 on-base percentage for the Dodge City A's this season. This is game 4 of 5 total games against the Rough Riders. The A's lead the series right now 2-1 as Hoskin takes a pitch high for ball 2. The A's will play the final game in the series out in Colorado later in July. That pitch called strike catches the inner edge. Evens a count at 2. The A's currently stand at 3-3 overall in Rocky Mountain play. Pitch is sent into the left field side. That'll score a run. It's bobbled, and that puts Hoskins over at second. 2-run score, and the A's lead it 10-2. Well, that'll prompt a pitching change now, as here comes the Rough Riders coach, and it will definitely be a pitching change this time. We'll take a step aside, tell you about it when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Noah Rutledge takes over the mound for the Rough Riders. He pitched against the Dodge City A's back on Thursday evening. Did not get an out, allowed 3 hits, scored 5 runs, all 5 of them earned, and walked 2. There were 2 home runs in that inning as well. So Rutledge takes over the mound. He will face Ryan Buckley. Buckley steps in. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out his last time up. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Buckley with a .400 on-base percentage takes ball 3. The Rough Riders in danger of walking the bases loaded. Pitch, well, they don't walk them loaded, but they hit a batter and load the bases. So they hit by pitch and bases loaded with 1 away. That brings in Cade Colbreth. Colbreth is 0 for 2. He got caught looking his last time up. He will face Noah Rutledge, who just took over the mound and put a runner on via the hit by pitch. It was a 3-0 pitch that hit Ryan Buckley. So Cade steps in. Cade with a .283 on-base percentage. He'll take the first pitch, strike number 1. A's lead at 10-2. They've scored 2 already in the bottom of the 6th. Colbra sends one. It's to the left field side, tracking it, pulling it down on the warning track. The runners tag up, and that scores a run. Brings in Matt Perez. Perez is 0 for 3. He grounded out his last time up. 2 away for the A's. As that pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. Matt Perez, a .433 on-base percentage. Takes a pitch low and inside for 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch misses outside and low. 3-0 the count. It is a 4-pitch walk to Perez, and that loads the bases again. That brings in Blake Coleman, who is 2 for 3 on the evening. A double, a single, and a ground out has been his night at the plate. Coleman with a .265 on-base percentage as he'll take the first pitch outside for ball 1. In case you're wondering, yes, there is a run rule. It is 10 after 7. So that pitch is wild. It will score a run. .2-0 the count. We're in the bottom of the 6th, so we'll have to play the top of the 7th. The A's are now in run rule territory. 2 balls and no strikes, a count to Coleman. It's a pitch called strike. Makes it 2-1. 2 away for the A's. Twice in this inning, the A's have worked the bases loaded. The pitch, low. Well, that must have been a 3-1 count. My bad. So that brings in Jacoby Radcliffe. Bases loaded again for the Dodge City A's. Radcliffe is 1 for 3, a fly out his last time up. He hit a home run over the right field wall back in the 2nd inning. The A's 6 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, and so far 4 in the 6th. Radcliffe takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Jacoby Radcliffe with a .341 on base percentage. 2 balls and no strikes to count. The pitch, it hits Radcliffe, and that'll walk. Well, it's an RBI for Radcliffe, but it brings another run in, and the A's lead it 13-2. Kind of similar, not really, but similar in somewhat fashion to the game on Thursday. The A's like their big crooked numbers, and the Rough Riders make a pitching change here. We'll tell you about it when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So Brett Atkinson takes a mound for the Rough Riders. He throws a ball to Dominic Roberts, who is 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Roberts takes a strike outside. That'll even the count at 1 apiece. A generous strike call. A called strike nonetheless. That one's on the inside, called strike. Down in the count, 1-2. Roberts fouls that one off. It evens the count, or no. Count remains 1-2. Atkinson pitched against the A's on Thursday night. Went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 2 hits, 1 run scored, walked 1 and struck out 1. So the 1-2 count. Bases loaded with 2 out, and Dom sends a high fly ball out towards center field. Taking a few steps right is Paluzzi. He'll pull it down, and that will end the inning. The A's lead at 13-2. Stay right here, fans. We have a special treat.
Boot Hill Gunfighters are going to do a little shootout presentation for us, so pay attention.
It is the Boot Hill Gunfighters. So if you'll pay attention over to the left side of your screen, and then here comes Miss Kitty. Oh no, there's a fight out on the field. What are they going to do? Uh-oh, we've got us an old-fashioned standoff here in Dodge City. Uh-oh. One down, man down. Oh, there's 2. It's the gunfight, and he gets them all. There's one good guy standing. Congratulations to the Boot Hill Gunfighters. If you're ever in Dodge City, make sure that you come out and enjoy the Boot Hill Variety Show here at the Boot Hill Museum. We thank the Boot Hill Museum for their partnership to allow this to happen and allow Miss Kitty to come out. So the last 3 Sundays, Miss Kitty has sung the national anthem for us here in Dodge City. And we thank Boot Hill Museum for their sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. Well, now that that's over, we'll take a step aside. We're headed to the top of the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. AJ Pacheco is leading off for the Rough Riders. He faces off against Devon Polk, who has taken over the mound for the Dodge City A's. Pacheco's down in the count, 0-2. It's fouled off. So let's get some information going.
Hunter Stevens looks like she's up next.
So Devon Polk with no official record. The 0-2 delivery popped up on the infield. Chasing it is Gregory Jr., and he'll pull it down for out number 1. That'll bring in another pinch hitter for the Rough Riders, Hunter Stevens. Stevens at the top of the order.
For the Rough Riders, number 23, Hunter Stevens.
So the Devon Polk has pitched 5 2/3 innings for the A's. Allowing 6 runs, a 6.35 ERA, striking out 5 and walking 7 on 4 hits. First pitch to Stevens fired in for ball number 1. "1-0 from Polk. Called strike. It evens a count at 1 apiece. Hearn stands in the on-deck circle for the Rough Riders. Stevens takes ball 2. The A's leading this one 13-2. The Larks leading the Cougars 11-0. That game in the top of the 6th. Count even at 2 apiece here with Hunter Stevens. 2-2 pitch. Polk works from the third base side of the rubber, and he'll hit Stevens on his left arm, and that puts a runner aboard. So 1 out and 1 on for the Rough Riders. That brings in the catcher, Hearn. Actually, the designated hitter, sorry. The first pitch from Polk fouled off. It's to the third base dugout. Down in the count, 0-1. Hearn is 0 for 1, grounded out his last time up. He's also walked on twice. Hearn grounds 1. It is foul. It rolls up the third base line, but foul. He's down in the count, 0-2. Roberts is going to take an opportunity to adjust a few straps on his shin guards. We'll go back to work. Devon Polk waving one off, has what he wants, and comes set. Fouled off to the right. The count remains 0-2. Devon Polk had his freshman season, played for North Central Texas College. He comes from Granite, Oklahoma. Is the pitcher on the mound now for the Dodge City A's. So that pitch is fouled off again. Count remains 0-2. The 5th pitch of the at-bat coming to Hearn. The A's 13 runs on 10 hits and no errors. The Rough Riders 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. They have stranded 6. Your A's have stranded 4. So after the completion of this half inning, we will do the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. And fans, it is a special one tonight in honor of Father's Day. Fans were able to nominate their father to run in the race, so we will have a few fathers that were selected to run in that one. The pitch fouled off again, and the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming. 5 straight foul by Dylan Hearn. He's down in the count 0-2. 1 away. Your runner Stevens on at first after they hit by pitch. Pitch fouled off again. So Stevens, Hearn not able to catch up to Devon Polk. That one's in. It is a hit by pitch to put another runner on. Two on and 1 away for the Rough Riders. That brings in Jake Willerup. Willerup is 0 for 3. He has grounded out all 3 times he's been at the plate. So the first pitch that he will see from Polk fouled back into the net. Down in the count 0-1. The 0-1 misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 away, 2 runners on. The A's, if they can get the final 2 outs, will invoke the run rule. We still have the hot dog ketchup and mustard race to complete. The pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. Called strike. Evens the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He'll go down on strikes. That is 2 away. That brings in Brett Atkinson. Atkinson 0 for 2, flew out the last time he was up. Two out and 2 on for the Rough Riders. Atkinson takes a pitch high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 count. Polk steps off, looks back at second. Comes set and delivers. It's high and outside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Atkinson, 2 balls and 1 strike. Polk misses high again. It's 3-1. The A's trying to close this one out, leading 13-2. Polk waving one off, has his sign. Tight inside, and that'll walk a runner and load the bases. So with bases loaded, the Rough Riders are going to send out another pinch hitter. It is Mark Hamry. So number 32, Mark Hamry, coming in, getting his first action against these Dodge City A's. Gets a hit out into shallow center field. And with that one, it scores 2 runs, and we now will play the bottom of the 7th. That brings in Matt Gahan. Gahan is 1 for 2. Grounded out the last time he was at the plate. Takes a pitch outside for ball number 1. One-0 is grounded foul up the third base side. The Rough Riders with runners on the corners. They've scored 2. Their first runners first scored since the top of the third. They scored 1 in the second, 1 in the third, so far 2 here in the 7th. The A's still lead at 13-4. A 1-1 count. The A's trying to get the final out of the inning. The pitch misses high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Polk delivers high. Again, it's 3-1. Polk has thrown 31 pitches in this inning. So that pitch is high and walks to load the bases again. That brings in Aaron Kidd. And we're going to have a mound visit from head coach McCollum. So the Rough Riders now with their 8th batter coming to the plate in the inning. They led off the inning. Pacheco would fly out, and then a hit by pitch to Stevens, a hit by pitch to Hearn. Both of those runners would come around to score. Willerup would strike out. And then Atkinson, Hamry would hit a single. And then Gahan draws a walk. So 4 free bases in this inning for Polk. Brings up Aaron Kidd, who is 0 for 1. He drew a walk his last time up. Kidd takes a swing at the first pitch he sees, down in the count, 0-1. Bases loaded with 2 away. 2 runs have scored. Pitch misses high to Polk, or from Polk, is 1-1. The 1-1 swung on. Kidd down in the count, 1-2. The A's trying to get the final out of the inning to send this one to the bottom of the 7th. 1-2. Strike 3 is Kidd will go down swinging, and that does it. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time in Dodge City, and we're going to have the hot dog, ketchup, and mustard race. Fans will watch this one as it is special in honor of Father's Day. Remember that some of the fans were able to nominate their fathers. We'll throw it to the field. Granted, there may be a pulled hammy in this race.
Hey, hurry up, we ain't got all day. That is a long way to run. Have you seen these guys? Come on. All right, on my mark, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go, go, go! Come on. Just not mustard,
Oh.
not mustard.
Hot Dog's out for a lead. Hot Dog wins it. So Hot Dog and Ketchup tied at 3 now.
$1 off hot dogs. I'm calling it right now. $1 off hot dogs. And all the free ketchup you can handle.
So that does it for the ketchup, hot dog, and mustard race. We'll take a step aside, come back with the bottom of the 7th. The A's lead at 13-4. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So Kane Carlos leads off, takes the first pitch he sees, flies out to center field for out number 1.
Next at the plate, number 6, Edward Gregory Jr.
That brings in Edward Gregory Jr. Atkinson still on the mound for the Rough Riders, takes a pitch for ball number 1. So the 1-0 is foul tipped. Gregory is 2 for 3 in the ball game, has hit 2 singles and walked once. One is fouled up the third baseline. Pitch misses high. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atkinson misses low on that one, and the count will run full. So a payoff pitch coming from Atkinson as he works on the first base side of the rubber. He'll fire in, grounded to the left, bobbled by the third baseman Hearn, and an error. So that brings in Zach Hoskins. Hoskins is 3 for 4, has singled the last 2 times he's been at the plate. Throw down to second, not in time, and will not roll far enough. So a ball to Hoskins, and that puts Gregory over at second on the stolen base. The pitch, grounded to the second baseman, bobbles it, but makes the throw to first, not in time, and now runners on the corners. Buckley takes the first pitch he sees. It's popped high. It'll be fouled off and out of play.
Please return all foul balls to the concession stand. Thank you.
The 1-1 pitch coming to Buckley. Runner goes. It's grounded at the shortstop. Throw to second for one. The throw to first is wild, but it scores a run, and that'll do it. The A's walk it off. It is a run rule victory in the bottom of the seventh. We'll take a step aside. We'll have our post-game wrap-up after this. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field as the A's win it in run rule fashion. They walk it off in the bottom of the seventh. It is a 14-4 run rule victory for your Dodge City A's. Remington Miller picks up the win on the mound as he goes 6 innings in this contest. Sam Fisher will take the loss for the Rough Riders. Your A's, they would score 6 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 5 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. 14 runs on 10 hits, no errors for the A's. They would strand 5. 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 2 in the seventh. 4 runs, 4 hits, 4 errors, 9 stranded by the Colorado Rough Riders. The A's have already guaranteed a series win over the Rough Riders as they win 3 of the 4 games here at Cavalier Field. They have 1 more game left to be played later in July. The A's lead the series 3-1 right now over the Rough Riders, and they are 4-3 overall in Rocky Mountain League play. So the A's improve on the season as well as we complete Game 12. Let's take a look at a couple of things. First of all, let's talk about Remington Miller. He goes 6 innings in this ball game, allows 2 runs, strikes out 3 on 3 hits, but walks 6. He will get the win for the Dodge City A's. He's followed up by Devon Polk, who pitches the top of the 7th to go 1 inning for the A's. The pitching staff combines for 5 strikeouts, but 8 walks. Offensively for the A's, they would get the scoring started in the second. They would go 1-2-3 in the first. Cade Colbreth would lead off in the second inning. He would draw a walk, followed up by a Blake Coleman single. Jacoby Radcliffe would step up and send a homer over the right field wall. The 3-run shot would give the A's the 3-1 lead and never look back. After that, Kane Carlos would step up. He had hit a double off to the left field wall, and then an Edward Gregory single would score Carlos. Hoskins would step up, a home run over the left field wall that scored 2, and the A's would lead it 6-1 at that time. So then the A's would continue their scoring ways in the bottom of the fourth. Kane Carlos steps up, draws a walk to lead off. With 1 out. Gregory Jr. steps in, hits another single that scores Kane Carlos. And then Zach Hoskins would get on with a single that scores Edward Gregory Jr. In the sixth, the A's, they would lead off. They would get Dominic Roberts on with 1 out. He would hit a single. Carlos would draw the walk to put 2 on. And then a Edward Gregory Jr. walk would load the bases for the Dodge City A's. Zach Hoskins hits a single through the left side. That scores a run. Buckley draws a hit by pitch to reload the bases. And then a Cade Colbreth fly out to left field scores a run. A walk, back-to-back walks in by Perez and Coleman. The A's would have 2 on, but they scored another 5 in the sixth. The A's would get a hit by pitch. Oh, no. They would bat around as Jacoby Radcliffe would draw the hit by pitch and draw a run in there. Then in the seventh, the A's would start off with an error to Edward Gregory Jr. He would get on. And then another error to Zach Hoskins, as that would get runners on the corners. And then Ryan Buckley steps on. He hits into a fielder's choice. It goes 6-4. That scores a run, and the A's walk it off. That is your scoring history lineup and wrap up for this game as the A's improve to 3-4 overall in the league. The A's will be back in action. They're off tomorrow night. They're back in action Tuesday night right here at Cavalier Field. Host the Liberal BJs. A reminder, fans, the BJs lost 2 games to the Game Day Angels this weekend. Let's take a look in before we sign off. Looks like the Larks will win that game in run rule fashion as well, 11-0 over the Denver Cougars. So that will do it for us. I am Justin Hergert along with Amory Macias assisting with the live stream. For the entire A's board and organization, we thank you for following along. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.